Jess here with your August 2020 reading. I am a Gemini in Western. I am so excited to see what we have in store for us. Just a reminder that you can check your sun, moon, rising sign. You can even check your Venus, your Mercury, your Mars. You can check where you have a stellium. It's a really good indication that if this isn't resonating with you, you can check one of those other signs because it might appear in another area of your life. For instance, if it's your moon, maybe this is going to be something very internal that is coming up for you this month, and that is what spirit or your soul is trying to kind of grapple with. So with that being said, I forgot to do the quote last month, but I'm doing it this right now. So our quote for this month is, "What we hope ever to do with ease, we must first learn to do with diligence." Samuel Johnson. So I'm gonna belch apparently, excuse me, but I am gonna start to shuffle. You guys can think about that for a second, and I will meet you at the reading. Okay, Gemini, this is interesting. So I'm just really glad that Stand by Rascal Flatts didn't come out because it came out for Aries and Taurus. The Sun came out for Taurus. The Martyr card came out for Aries. I saved all my cards like between these readings. So this is just interesting. I'm going to set these over here to the side. So really quick, we got Love Letters to God, Nanko, and The Medicine for the People. I absolutely love this song. So the verse is, "My love, we are destined to teach these ones to be brave and never run away. Courage is birthed from the womb on the first light of day. Yeah, the day you were born, you came out perfect, never meant to be torn." So smile. This is, I wasn't planning on this, but it was like left on the table. So this is like kind of a snarky song by Lily Allen, of course. So when you first left me, I was wanting more, but you were blanking that girl next door. What'd you do that for? And then she goes on to say, "I was so lost back then, but with a little help from my friends, I found the light in the tunnel at the end. At first, when I see you cry, it makes me smile. At worst, I feel bad for a while, but then I just smile." So, okay. You guys are, I feel like we're finding ourselves. Let me not include myself in this. Let me just be objective. Be professional. So, I feel like there's a great balancing. One of the things that stuck out to me in the Love Letters to God is like, you came out perfect, never meant to be torn. Obviously in Gemini, it's this, it's the twinning energy. I like to say it's the yes and energy. We are the energy, all the dual signs, but especially gems, I feel, we are the people who say, you know, you don't have to say no to something to say yes to something else. And, you know, that, of course, there's appropriate applications for that. So I feel like there is a sense of leadership here. And there's a sense of self-service here. There's a sense of calling some kind of a judgment on the Ten of Cups, which is interesting. Two of Wands. Okay. So there's a choice to be made. And that's interesting because we have the Lovers in the past position. There's a lot of energy for all the signs, I'm feeling like, of leaving relationships, one-on-one relationships, group relationships that no longer serve us. But then there's the question of, where do we go? So I feel like you guys are leaving some kind of choice in the past because there's been something revealed. Something's fallen apart with Judgment here. This is a heavy energy. There is like a huge breakdown energy that's coming in August, I feel like. I don't know what that's about, but it's keeping on showing up. And like I say, I mean, I sage all my stuff. So I feel like you're walking away, you're leaving in order to be more fully yourself, honestly. You're learning how to be of service to yourself. Perhaps you have been identifying yourself within the confines of a relationship. You feel like it's really kept you stuck. And so you are learning how to be unashamedly yourself. And in that way, it's like you are a light and you're like almost the Pied Piper vibe, which is so Gemini to me. But my love, we are destined to teach these ones to be brave. I feel like possibly some of you guys were betrayed and you're just walking away. So, but there is something that you are trying to move towards. You just have to make a decision of which way to go. And then it's full steam ahead. There is an element of fate here. So I feel like this seems like a very solid, like interesting relationship here in the past that was hugely fated. This person felt like a soulmate, or if it's a group of people, that was that. You felt like there was such a strong connection here, but there's something that breaks down about it. You start to realize that maybe things aren't exactly what they seem, and your family could have something to do with this, or a spiritual group could have something to do with this realization. Maybe you hear something, but I feel like this realization and you're turning away from this happens pretty much inside of you. It's more of like a resonant and vibrational change that really ripples out and has a deep impact on your life. You are really trying to be fair, and I feel like that's probably why this is happening, mostly inside of you. And you're starting to turn away from whatever this relationship is. I just want to clarify this really fast, this Lovers card. Let me clarify the Lovers. You know what? I feel like there's some kind of reconciliation of the opposition within you. Okay, the Knave of Pentacles. So this is just something that wasn't really moving forward. This even could be, a person. This is a toxic energy, I feel like. It just wasn't really serving you. You felt like somebody wasn't really showing their true selves. Perhaps this person was masquerading as a soulmate. Not that people can be soulmates, and it's not like, I want to rebel so hard against the use of the word karmic as bad and soulmate as good. Let me just be a Gemini and say exactly what I mean for a second. It's a grotesque oversimplification of those terms. And I think ultimately it does not serve us. Having this Lovers card here, you guys, maybe language is something, and like the way that people are using language and keeping people stuck, that could be part of this. My love, we are destined to teach these ones to be brave and never want to run away. Courage is birthed from the womb on the first light of day. There could be something about a community with the Lovers, with this Judgment card here, with the Ten of Cups. There could be something about a community that you're maybe blowing a whistle on, or you're separating out from groupthink and group mentality in some kind of way. You're distinguishing yourself, Gemini, this month. Oh, for sure, you're distinguishing yourself. And you're deciding possibly like what things you want to keep and what things you want to be different and like, separate yourself kind of from, and a way that you can make that work for yourself. Because like I said, Gemini is this yes and energy, that you don't have to fully walk away from this group perhaps, but it just becomes a matter of like, how am I going to merge these opposites, or maybe not even merge them, but how am I going to give life to this dichotomy of truth that Geminis and other dual signs, like Sagittarius, Virgo, Pisces, often find themselves kind of in here. So I feel like there is something that just wasn't quite moving forward. It almost felt like a pen for you, like a pen that keeps, like that you could put like your dog in to keep your dog from running off or something, It almost felt like a pen in the past. And I feel like you are realizing that there's something kind of shallow about this in the past. It was very surface level. It felt, I feel like this, okay, I don't set out to make these things about relationships, but maybe there's a relationship here that was hidden or protected in some way with the Lovers. They're just out in the woods here, and it felt very spiritual, and it felt like you guys were connecting on a soul level, but in reality, in meat space, nothing was really happening, and you feel like someone was possibly objectifying you or taking advantage of your relationship, but it was keeping you stuck. So you're moving on from that. And you are doing your own thing. I just see you moving on. And again, there's some kind of like group or family that is like heavily influencing that decision, where you're realizing that you want the Ten of Cups here, and that this is no longer serving you, whatever this relationship was. So I feel like you guys, like, this is all about fairness, though, and making some kind of choice about the relationships that you want to be in and how that affects the person that you want to be. And you're learning to not sacrifice yourself this month. Some of you guys are focused on your job with this sun energy coming out, and some of you guys, there's like this betrayal energy. We were seeing this in the other readings too. There's a strong energy coming in August, you guys. I feel like just like overall for the collective, having to do with like a reevaluating of relationships that we're in. And Geminis, I feel like might be kind of leading the way here. Like I said, with this Pied Piper energy, there's something that you just don't have time for anymore. You're calling a judgment on it. You're doing your own thing. And you're starting over, like, in the near future, you have the Page of Pentacles. This is some kind of strategy. You have a vision that you're very excited about. I feel like you're okay with starting at ground zero in something here. And you're just, I feel like you're okay moving alone. This is like empowered alone energy. But you also, it's crazy because there is a loving group that's impacting you. But, I feel like perhaps some of you guys had like outright, like literally outright, some of you guys had a choice to make in love. And you realize that there's a person who was just not showing up for you, and it was like very shallow and it just wasn't going anywhere on the material realm, and you're calling a judgment on it, you're walking away to get your ultimate 10 of Cups. And it's amazing because long term, 2 of Cups, baby, 2 of Cups, man. This is what I'm saying. This is actually really hopeful energy. I feel like you guys are leading the way in like some kind of partnership, which is high vibrational Geminian energy. Gemini and Scorpio, to me, they're the 2 energies they really get dogged on in the zodiac. Every single sign has high vibrational and low vibrational expressions of that sign. And people like talk about the duality and that two-faced nature of Gemini as being in a low vibrational turn. And yes, that happens, and it's something you don't want to be stuck in between. Some of you guys are choosing between your higher and your lower nature, and you're just realizing that you don't need to make sense to people, and that you're going your own way here, and you're pulling in exactly who you need to be. But that high vibrational Geminian energy can be very protective, you know, very, very protective, because the twins love each other. They do protect each other. So anyways, I don't need to like go into that. So you guys are learning how to merge the opposites. I feel like you're actually showing up less in twin energy. There's something that you've learned how to reconcile and merge within yourself, which again, very high vibrational Geminian energy. I'm actually really, if this is resonating with you, good job, Gemini, because there's something that you're, I feel like sometimes with Geminis, especially in relationships, if you get with a manipulative person, they can really pull, they can try to pull those 2 twins against each other and keep you kind of at war within yourself. So there's an idea, there's a group that has kept you at odds or at war with yourself. You're just leaving it in the past. You're walking away from it. You're merged within yourself. You are making some kind of headway. You're learning to transcend the nature of service to oneself or a cause. You've stopped martyring yourself. And I feel like in some way you've tried to stop making sense to people with this Judgment card. And what's crazy is you have a lot of stability around you with the 10 of Cups, like, and the 10 of Pentacles. I feel like people are standing by you. People are supporting you in that. That was weird. People are supporting you in like pulling back and reinventing yourself and being a little bit isolated. Some of you guys are like, you're pulling away from relationships in some kind of way in order to like regroup with yourself, in order to get more clarity, in order to just get space around you to breathe for a little bit, because there has been some kind of impetus in your past that has you in some kind of reflection mode, but you're leading the way in like self-love, and that's actually really amazing. And there is something that's become clear to you. You are being very self-protective. I feel like Gemini this month is just coming out and being like, you know what? No, I give a lot to people. I'm a good person. I try really hard. I don't feel like it's been an equal give and take in the past. I'm just going to call this judgment. I'm going to be myself, and I'm going to trust that people are going to love me anyways. And I feel like that's what's happening, because again, with the 10 of Cups, the 10 of Pentacles, people around you are loving you. They're being very supportive. They understand you on like a human level. It's crazy because I feel like a little bit you're flying your freak flag this month, Gemini, but people are like digging it, because with this 10 of Pentacles, there's magic in the mundane. And here's the secret. Everybody has a freak flag and it might not be the same one, but everybody can kind of relate to that. like having a private persona that they know maybe isn't always accepted by people, but you're doing that in a way that's bringing people together in some kind of a group. You're not self-pitying yourself anymore. You're like, I have a decision to make. I'm going to make it. I'm going to be myself. I'm going to hopefully lead the way for other people. And I'm going to call in my people. And you are, Gemini, with the Two of Cups. You're bringing in someone who like values you. Also, I feel like this is your two twins. Like it's your self-love is what's this? You know, it's echoing out around you. It's echoing out a vibration. You guys are sending off some kind of siren call. Okay, wait, there's another, oh, there's this song, Calling All the Messengers. And I can't remember who sings it. It's like a Christian rapper. This kid that I used to like watch in a daycare showed me this song, but it was like, it's calling all the messengers, calling all the messengers. It's high vibrational Geminian energy. I feel like you're just literally, you're a beam and you don't even know it. And if you focus on it and if you're like, I'm a beam this month, I don't think you're going to hit it. I think it's going to come off weird. But like, if you just do your own thing, people I feel like are really going to respond well to it. And you're cutting out nonsense. I feel like a lot of you guys are establishing boundaries because you learned from some kind of past situation that didn't really go anywhere in the material world. Whether it was some kind of relationship, it could be romantic, it could be friendship, it could deal with a group, but it's like the relationships that weren't freeing, that you felt like objectified, you felt like you were some kind of object that people were relating to and not a person. You're just like, I don't even want that. It's a waste of time, right? Geminis, air signs are very much about relationship, interestingly enough, but it obviously centers around some kind of communication. Some of you guys, it'll help you to look into Brené Brown, Braving. Like she talks about like, it's like a building of trust. And it's an acronym. Braving is an acronym. And the first one, B, is setting boundaries, like just setting clear boundaries. You know, and some of you guys, that's what you're doing. This is the highest vibrational outcome, is rising up into the Queen of Swords. This is your energy. Queens always have some kind of social mission. And the Queen of Swords, typically, there's like, she has this red string that she's cut. There's some kind of, there's just an energy in your relationships you're cutting ties with. It might not even be represented to you like in a person or something, but there's some kind of resonance that happens where it's like some things aren't meant to be in the physical realm. It's toxic when it tries to incarnate down into the material world, and it's something you're not tolerating and you're just cutting it off. You're calling it like you see it, Gemini, which is what air signs are super good at. Just nope, calling it what it is and then just cutting it off and not letting it get emotional, cutting through this emotionality. It's something you want to do. You love, you know, there's Geminis, air signs in general, they love different, I feel like, but it's healthy because in relationships there's this is a vertical axis, and what do I mean by that? Elementally speaking, right? And you can see this echoed in astrology. Fire signs and air signs get along really well, right? That's the cliche. And the same thing with earth and water signs. So it's not always true. This is why I love astrology, is because it's so nuanced and you have to be committed to unlearning things, to relearn things. And in that way, it's just such a self-involved process. Water and air, this is a vertical dimension, right? This is a divine connection. This is more like that temperance alchemy that's like required, and relationships require this. We have to have emotions, but we have to also be able to call people on their toxic behaviors and their bullshit around us. You have to, that's just what having boundaries is. The Swords energy is boundaries in relationship, okay? We can't just be like the cow, like giving forever, you know? You're not supposed to take from the cow, but people try it. That's why you need the swords. That's why we have to have the Queen of Swords. This is you. I feel like you probably get a bad rap, some of you guys, with the Queen of Swords. Like maybe you do have a sharp tongue. Maybe you do call out people's bullshit. With the Sun energy here, you guys, the Sun's also very confident, very brave, no nonsense. It can be difficult to get to know the Sun person. I feel like you're super charismatic, and so people try you. But you are the Queen of Swords, don't forget it. Or the King of Swords, however you're vibing. I mean, the Queen's here. But, and the Queen, like I said, there's some kind of social aspect to this. So that's how you build healthy relationships. And whether or not you know it, there are people that maybe are afraid to show their freak flag a little bit, or they're afraid to show, like, have some kind of boundaries. You make those people feel safe without even realizing it. It's like you create a safe kind of container, and you make things clear for people. You call out nonsense, and some people can only relate to that on an emotional level where they know that it's nonsense, but you're able to give it words and able to give it credence, both for yourself this month, Gemini, and also for other people around you. I feel like whatever the situation was in the past, maybe you have tried to make this clear, it wasn't landing, so you just cut it off. And in this way, you're an example for people and how to have some kind of healthy relationship here. I feel like this is part of your destiny with the sun and the fate. This is something that is kind of part of this high vibrational Geminian sun energy for you. Gemini, as a sign and soul mission, it is on some kind of a crusade to eradicate ignorance from the world by trying to develop the mind. And the catch to that is with this air energy, a lot of times you need this water energy to kind of help balance it out. But likewise, this water energy needs the air energy to kind of balance it out. I feel like we're in a very scorpionic phase here in the month of August, just from what I've seen in the collective, like in the readings that I've done. It feels very watery and very scorpionic. And I feel like this air energy that you're bringing is much needed. It feels good to people this month. To where you're helping people make sense of some kind of emotional concept. And if you're not doing it for other people, you're doing it for yourself. You're not saying a lot, but you're saying a lot, Gemini. I feel like you guys are acting you're acting very classy. You're just turning away from things that no longer serve you. I feel like you win. In something, you win. And people kind of notice that you handle yourself a little spunk and a little sass and a little class all at the same time. And it's inspiring. It inspires people, I think, this month to kind of take up this swords energy and to end some kind of cycles, to let go of things that no longer serve them. Because I think you're doing it kind of naturally. Even if it doesn't feel super, like now you're like, oh, I don't want to do that. You're going to get fed up, and you're going to get to a point where you're like, nope, I just want to be excited. I want to put my energy towards something that I'm excited about. And that's what you're doing. Because you actually are dealing with a lot of love, but like you make tough love look good this month, Gemini, where you're like, love requires tough love. Love requires, like, that bitch mother serves a purpose because those little babies are vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like you're closing out a cycle in your own life. You're definitely closing a cycle in your own life. Some of you guys, you're looking to gear up on some kind of an adventure. Maybe there's something that has given you anxiety in the past. I feel like it's kept you isolated. It's kept you alone. There's some kind of new energy that wants to come in here this new day, and you're showing up as the sun. There is something that you have to kind of grieve, but you're isolating yourself and you're moving on from it. You're really trying to get a new beginning, and you're focused on the review. And you're getting back to your like little gestury kind of a self, you know, and trying to leave hardship in the past. There is difficult energy here, Gemini. I just feels like what's being highlighted to me is the way that you're dealing with it. You're dealing with it in a very fair and very balanced kind of a way this month. And that's just really exciting. I feel like some of you guys towards the end of the month, you might even be getting some kind of spiritual insights. Maybe you start to doubt yourself in relationships towards the end of the month because you're cutting things out. But the way to kind of lean into this highest vibrational energy with the Two of Pentacles, this is a very Geminian thing right here, this Two of Pentacles. This is that yes and energy that I was talking about. Like this is what I was trying to say, where it's like you don't have to say no to one thing. Some things just, they exist forever in tandem, you know, and it's like, here's this, but then also here's this, and you're just kind of looking at the two of them. You can observe both energies of something that's kind of going on. I feel like you're really busy. You can throw yourself into your routines. If you keep your focus on whatever goals you're trying to accomplish, I think that you're going to handle your relationships just inadvertently really well because you don't have time for it. And just there's a big energy of just trusting yourself to kind of deal with this. And honestly, some of you guys, I feel like whatever happened in the past, this person that like hurt you or didn't treat you right or whatever, like I feel like this is kind of toxic energy. You're showing up almost as like their karmic retribution, and you don't have to do anything to get that. You don't have to do anything to get that. You're just going to be yourself and trust that life's going to take care of it, and everybody's going to learn their lessons, you know? It's like Saturn's just deciding to dole out some karma this month, I feel like, Gemini. So you're traveling, you're moving on from this. You are taking your heart and it's weird because you're both soft and strong at the same time. That's what I said. I feel like you are very loving, you're very soft. It makes somebody probably want to try you a little bit, but you're still the Queen of Swords. Like, don't get it twisted. You're still the Queen of Swords. There's something about possibly someone tried to manipulate you with some kind of emotional energy, but that's what I'm saying. It's like that air energy. You have a very clear mind that you're able to use. And it helps you to stay loving. It helps to preserve the loving nature because it is the protector, you know? It is the shell that allows the turtle to have the soft body that it does. So, let's see. Any advice for Gemini this month? You guys are just, I feel like you're moving on from some kind of relationship. You're choosing you, I feel like. Death. Yeah, you're moving on from something, and there's something that maybe you've been holding on to. It's been really difficult. Again, there's this scorpionic energy that I feel like is kind of all around you, and you're kind of, I feel like, mastering it in some way. Again, we have Justice at the bottom of the deck here. You're handling yourself very classy through a really difficult time, I feel like. And somebody's probably going to want to apologize. I just feel like you don't have time for it. There's some kind of regret here, but I feel like you're only going to regret it if you don't stay true to yourself. And I really see, like, I just feel like the energy is pushing you towards that. You're ending cycles. We have the World card here. I won't show you because there's boobs in it. Yeah, and you're highly observant. Things are clicking in. Things are making sense. You're able to, like, see, oh my gosh. Yeah, you have a ton of mercurial energy here. So you're in your element. You're in your element in some way. And I feel like it doesn't feel pleasant for you all the time this month, Gemini. I actually feel like there's some really tough energies here. But it's like Rascal Flatts, like when push comes to shove, you taste what you're made of. And I feel like you have the medicine this month almost, Gemini. With this swords energy, it's like you have the medicine this month to help inspire other people. Because you have this very no-nonsense energy. You get right to the heart of it. You make it clear. And then when it's clear, you can make the right decision. You can make a fair decision. You can handle yourself with some class. And then everything just kind of naturally falls away and takes care of itself. And people notice that happening around you. I feel like a lot of you guys aren't really outwardly doing much communicating. It's just a vibe. It's just a vibe. It's a look, Gemini. You got to look this month, Gemini. And it's really, really nice. So if you want to listen to these songs like a Gemini would, Love Letters to God by Nako and Medicine for the People, and Smile by Lily Allen. So that's what I have for you, Gemini. Keep doing your thing. A little bit more difficult energy for us this month than has been coming out, but I think that you've got what it takes to kind of see it through. So that's what I have. Bye.